Hello and welcome to day one of the Decluttering by Design Mood Boost Challenge. I'm so excited to have you here with us. If you're watching this live on August 1st, 2022, or if you're watching this later, you are welcome regardless. So this is a bit of a departure from the normal content for the hashtag Home Goals Live, in that we're doing a 30-day challenge and we're going to have the first 4 days broadcast live on Instagram. Hey there, I see a lot of you guys joining. Welcome. My small audience that we have on Instagram. So not sure if this video is going to stay a part of like the permanent Instagram lineup. So if you are catching this, enjoy. It's here for you while it's here. I don't know if it's going to be up perfect, so I'm just really glad that you're here today. So for those of us who are joining live, I would love to know where in the world you're joining us from. I've got a couple of you guys here. And yeah, like I said, we're doing this a little bit differently. So normally when I have the Decluttering by Design 30-day challenges, the whole challenge itself is, locked behind a bit of a paid registration. We give a little preview event at the front end, and some of you guys come, and then I tell you a little bit more about it. But we're doing it a little differently, going 4 days on Instagram to kind of try something new out, see if we can get more people some results on the front end, figure out if we're a personality fit to work together to continue to organize, declutter, design your homes to the T. The theme today is starting strong, and I first of all want to tell you, I promised this was going to be a mood boost challenge. So if you hear some noises in the background, apart from the air conditioning, it's July. I really don't know any other way to do that, but I have a little surprise for you guys. So we have a new member of the family who I'm very excited to share a photo of here. This is little Bobo. He is currently down by my feet right now, and he loves to bite my toes, bite my ankles. He likes to tear up my shoes. So last week's video, there was a lot of interruption. He loves to make himself known, but I tried to see if he was gonna be willing to be in the live video, and it was a hard pass from him. But I wanted to share that we have somebody secretly here with us that is making and I promised you guys it was going to be a really positive mood boost challenge. Let's set ourselves apart from what's going on in the news. So like I said, the theme today for today's day one is starting strong. So first thing I would like to do, what are you getting into? He's playing with a hanger. The first thing I wanted to talk about is, this here, these pictures, this is a stock photo that I like. I like the design of it. This is not real life when it comes to clutter. Let me get rid of this hanger. Hang on. Okay, he's put it where I can't get to it. This is not necessarily real life. This is a portfolio looking photo from a design team. He's really making himself known. This is a portfolio photo where the whole room was designed, and either all or part of the homeowner's belongings, or it may have been a model home, are not actually present at the scene, and or there might be a lot of clutter back behind where the photographer is taking the photo. I feel like as designers on Instagram, we in a way dupe you to think that this is the way that everyone lives, and if you don't live this way, you know, what's wrong with you? And I feel like I feel like we're part of the problem. We're part of why this feels impossible. But it doesn't mean that you can't have a less cluttered home, but to live completely clutter-free is a rarity, and you know, it's going to feel impossible, especially if you have children, if you have pets, if you have someone that you share your space with. The harder and harder that's going to get. So clutter is usually the biggest differentiator between the space that you dream of and the space that you're currently in. It's also a very big common denominator. If whether you live in a $40,000 or $50,000 home, or if you live in $1 million plus home, the issues with the clutter are the same. And there's usually, like, the common denominators, there's usually a woman in the middle. The puppy is literally pulling at my socks as we speak. The clutter problem is the same, and there's usually a woman in the middle of it who is, you know, taking it all to be her fault, like making it all her problem. So you're in the right place today if you're feeling physically stressed or overwhelmed by the amount of stuff in your home. If you feel like you're on a hamster wheel with the clutter, like one space has been cleared, another mess occurs elsewhere. If you feel like there's never time to declutter, organize, and design your home without just banning others from living it, I shared a really particularly hilarious reel on Instagram today. Oh, he's gonna make noises. I have a real life puppy here. This is really happening. And I thought I got out his zoomies, and apparently I didn't. I shared a really particularly funny Instagram reel today. Actually, it was a TikTok video. If you watch the whole thing, it's really funny, talking about that. If you're open to trying new things to achieve spaces that are more clear, organized, and representational of your style, being open is really the first step. He's bound to wear himself out. I just hope it happens before this video is done. If you've been dreaming up your perfect home for a long time and now you're ready to just do whatever it takes to make it happen, I'm here for you. I'm ready. Let's do this. So today we're going to set you up for success over the next 30 days. And within the process of decluttering by design, we're going to start with creating a vision for your space. We're going to start then by clearing out what you don't need, which sets the tone for whatever design and organizing projects you want to do within the 30-day challenge or after the challenge. And if you join the challenge officially at the end, you'll get 2 calls to have my, personal consultations, personal help, customized solutions, helping you with the rest of it. So some logistics I'm going to share here, but by the end of this week, my goal is that you have a totally clear idea, like I said earlier, on whether you'd like to continue working with me on this challenge after this free week concludes. But I'm hoping that we can take you far enough that you start to see some results, you start to feel a little bit better in your home. Maybe your mood is a little bit boosted, is the goal. So also, there's a little prize giveaway prompt that we're going to share at the end of the video, so stick around for that. Okay, so first things first, we've introduced Bobo, but let's talk about me. My name is Caitlin Lose. I do interior design virtually and in person in the Ocala, Florida area. I work with goal-oriented women to create the family home of, I say, their Pinterest dreams. Together we intentionally design homes that feel contemporary, functional, and comfortable in an artful way. I have a core belief in strategy first with all of my design projects. I developed the Decluttering personality type quiz, which is how a lot of people who follow me on the internet found me, interestingly enough. And we talk about that quite a bit in the challenge as well. My mood is visually boosted by pattern, color, and modern design. What about you? I'd love to know what design styles, if you could leave it in the comments, what design styles just do something for you, make you feel happier. My physical territory is in the West Central Florida area, focusing right now on Ocala, but my online territory is the United States. So if you're here, I'm happy to help. I live on a mini farm, so apart from Bobo and Jake, we have a bunch of little animals running around here. So that might be also a way that people have found me on the internet. Not quite sure, but it's something I love to share about, and I'll be sharing more about it if it helps to boost your mood this week. So I am definitely a former, maybe current, I don't know, former maximalist who's always been a creative type. But I've actually been on a decluttering rampage off and on since 2018. I've moved twice since then, and we're doing a little bit of unconventional living nowadays, and I've just tried all of it seems like, and I love to figure out kind of what works, what doesn't, where's like the Goldilocks of like, this is overwhelmingly too much work, this is not enough, where can we, maximize the time that we have to just get like the best results that we can. So the best way to get the results that make you feel better in your space is to get as intentional as possible. I'm going to try to repeat that as much as I can in this free week in case anything cuts out, because it's just like the battle cry of the first week of this challenge. So I'm going to be sharing some ideas and some questions to help you to dream up, what your spaces would look like in your ideal world. So let's start with just a quick little what's possible image. So this is so I know you're used to probably seeing the things that are on the Home Edits website, where you see these, $10 million homes, pantries, and things like that. And while, yes, those are very satisfying projects, I'm also here for the budget projects, the simple, quick, like, how do we just make this better in an afternoon type things? Like, how do we do this on a massive budget? How do we, display the things that are important, clear some counter space, things like that. So, little projects like this, like I'm showing from my own home, are entirely possible, and really the sky's the limit. It just depends on how much time you're going to give to this challenge. I like to say if you have approx like 10 minutes to 40 minutes a day, that you're going to thrive with this challenge. And the more you put into it, the more time you put into it, the more you're going to get out of it. So now we're getting down to just a little bit of the meat and potatoes of the session today. So if you have a notebook or 2 sheets of paper, and if not, just go and when this video is done and tap my bio link tree to officially register for the challenge. Hopefully you get in time where we're going to email you a copy of the questions. But we're hoping to send that pretty this evening. So get on that list pronto. If not, you're going to have to write these down. So 2 sheets of paper, or get on a notebook. So try to remove all self-judgment or resentment and answer the following questions as objectively as possible, and maybe just jot them down, start thinking about them, and take your time, this evening or maybe tomorrow morning to think about them. So question 1, what do you know right off the bat is not working for you in your home? I have a feeling a lot of you guys could just blurt it out immediately. And if not, maybe think back to the last time you had guests over, the last time you had overnight guests. Like, what are things that just made you feel cringy about your home? Cluttering, organizational things or not, just what is it? What do you know right out of the get-go is just not working for you? It's not cutting it. Maybe you've had better in previous homes. Just a thought question to get you started here. Then question 2, what's something that immediately bothers you when you see it every morning? This is really important, because I think the things that can drag down your day from the beginning, we need to attack them so quickly within this challenge. Is there something that, there's constantly a pile up, something's constantly broken, constantly an issue, something that happens in the morning that's dragging down your energy, reducing your mood? Question 3, what's an area of your home that seems to be a black hole for losing keys, losing your cell phone, maybe losing important documents? It could be your car. Where is that in your space? Like, where is that in your proximity that you live? Where is that? Let's find that. Okay, question 4. Is there a space in a friend or family's home? And you know what? It could even be like a blogger or an Instagrammer that you follow really closely. Is there someone who has a space that you are like an extreme level of jealous of? What about that space resonates with you? I'm hoping that we can turn your jealousy into an anchor, because I think that jealousy means that this is something that you really, really want. And it's like he's trying to get my attention by just going around and getting as much as he can in my eyesight. Okay, so turn your jealousy into an anchor. Like, if you're that level of jealous of it, that means that there's probably something about it that would really make a difference in your life. So, the next question, the last question, he's ripping something. Is there a new space that you want to create or clear that would elevate your daily life? So, for example, if like I got this puppy and I wanted to clear off this seating area so that we could have daily cuddles there. It was kind of piled up with clothes. Maybe you want to change your closet scenario. Maybe you want to rearrange how you're doing things in the kitchen. Is there something that you have in mind? Or, is it based off of someone moving into your house? Or is there something, are you homeschooling this year? Is there some kind of life event that you need your home to now catch up with a little bit? And now on the second piece of paper, if you could just jot those questions down and come back to them later, but I wanted to get you started thinking on them. I want you to start a bulleted list of just, if this world was completely ideal, like we were all handed $1 million to do whatever we want with our home, like from the small to, maybe things that are quite expensive, maybe things that you'd have to get quoted out. Make a bulleted, checklist style list of just any and all of those home improvements, no matter how small. And just keep that as a running list and add that wherever it makes sense. If you're just we need a new welcome mat for this door. We need a new scented candle for the bathroom. We need to stock back up on toilet paper in the guest bathroom. We need to refresh the towels. We need to change out the bedding in this room. We need to, whatever it might be. Maybe the dog bedding looks ratty. Whatever it is, anything that is just in an ideal world. Try to keep it to one sheet if you can. Home improvements. I initially brought this one up in my Design Limbo video, and it's one of my top reference videos, because every time I make one of these lists, and there's always pie in the sky things on there. There's always things that I could never do on my own. Every time I make one of these lists, the things start getting crossed off. And sometimes within a month, all of the things will be crossed off. Yes. Yeah, yes, exactly. Oh, Amanda, we'll be talking a little bit about that, about shopping is part of the clutter problem in the United States, essentially. And by getting as intentional as possible, and this has been a big mindset shift for me. I was telling my friend, when I used to go shopping, I used to just shop, go to the sales and buy, however many things I could afford buying that day, and just stock up and just put it all in my wardrobe. And nowadays, I have a list of okay, I'm really interested in a pair of jeans that's like this, and I'm really interested in finding a blazer that's this color, and I'm really interested in finding a top that's this color. And I kind of have a running list, in a notebook or on my phone. And then as I go out and I find it, it's something that now works really seamlessly into my wardrobe. It's one of those things that every time it's clean, I'm wearing it. And it's just so much more satisfying when you get so intentional. You need less things, because now everything that you have is kind of extremely attuned to your style. Love that. Yes. Okay. So wasn't thinking about talking about that today, but it is a huge part of this process. So keep this running bulleted list of your ideal home improvements. Even if it's one thing on there is kitchen renovation. If one thing is, new flooring, even things that sound crazy, nothing's too crazy. Just get it on this list, because I take a holistic approach to any design design work that I do, and we want to take into account every little thing, especially if we work together more. So one of the reasons that I wanted to ask these questions is because in the Decluttering by Design 30-day challenge, again, depending on what you need and how much time you have to put to this, we're going to be designing up to 3 spaces, like decluttering, organizing, and setting up some design schemes for up to 3 spaces. So if you register for the challenge, we'll also send you a heat mapping activity. So if you are kind of like, I really am into this, but I'm not sure which 3 spaces need it, my whole house feels like a hoarder lives here, or whatever your mind is telling you, it's a lot of it's a lie, a lot of it's us being dramatic and a little bit mean to ourselves. But regardless, if you need a little bit more decisive, like deeper work on where am I going to get the most return on my investment, if I invest in this program, like where should I focus my time, my energy, if you register, we're going to be sending out a heat mapping activity this week so that you can further get some clarification on that. So now I have a little surprise. It's time to stop, drop, and declutter 10 things. We've been talking a little bit about the intention. So here's a couple quick ground rules. Skip anything that's sentimental or complicated. Go for low-hanging fruit. Things that are just obvious trash, obvious recycling, obvious, this just doesn't belong, in my home, period. Take 2 to 3 minutes and come back to me and let me know how it feels. If you're watching this later, still do this. I'm going to give everybody 2 to 3 minutes to go and see how quickly you can get rid of 10 things forever, for good, never again. Okay? Low-hanging fruit, nothing that's complicated. Okay. I will see you in a second. I'll see you in a second. Okay, guys, I'm bringing the troublemaker on camera. This is Bobo. Bobo, he's biting my hand. He's our little puppy. He's the one who's been making all the noise in the background. He says hi, and he hopes they're having a good day, and I hope he doesn't shut off my light or my cords. Okay. He's like, I don't know if I'm into this, Mom, but he loves to just snack on my hand. Okay. He just jumped down. Okay, so how did this go? How are we feeling? We took 2 to 3 minutes to see if we could just throw away, get rid of, say bye-bye, sayonara, adios to 10 things. How did it go? If you're watching this in the replay format, if you want to just let me know in the comments later, how does that feel? Now, this is not going to be, obviously there's a lot more work than, getting rid of 10 things per day. More on that to come. But I just wanted to give you guys an idea of, how quickly 10 things can disappear. And I'm pretty confident that most of you guys were probably able to do that in maybe 1 to 5 minutes, just finding 10 things. Let me know. I'm really curious if that worked out really well for you. Okay, so now let's talk homework and giveaway. So tonight's homework, tonight's kind of a heavy homework night. And again, if you are registered, you're going to get this written up in an email, but if you have not registered at this point, you're going to have to write notes. So first things first, take before pictures of the spaces. If you know which spaces we're going to transform together, awesome. If you're not quite sure, just go ahead before you start doing massive decluttering work, take the pictures, even if it's just for yourself. Another reason that I want to get those pictures, in your phone or on your computer now is because when it comes to next week, the challenge, if you choose to carry on with it, in this assessment, we request pictures of the spaces that you're going to be transforming so that I can give custom recommendations and solutions and have references for our private phone calls. So go ahead and take those so that, it's definitely like the actual before, because you're going to be doing some decluttering instantly this week and a whole lot more as the month goes on, but I want to get like a true before picture of up to 3 spaces. And then the next thing is I want you to declutter 20 more things, just 20. Same kind of concept, low-hanging fruit. Could be in the space that you're watching this. It could just be in a space that needs it, has some easy things. I mean, if you can, definitely think about what are the spaces that have that high ROI for you? What are the spaces that just keep coming up as problem areas? I'd be really interested to help you with that. But for now, let's keep it simple, 20 more things. And, maybe that takes 10 to 15 minutes. It shouldn't take, if it takes too long, if it's starting to take like 30 minutes, then save it for another day. Okay? And you don't have the time for it, just save it for another day. Don't let this stress you out. This is not supposed to stress you out. Next thing is, if you need it, take some additional time to answer the questions that I prompted you guys in this video and start your list. This is going to be really powerful and insightful and help you get a clear idea of like where little trick is to save images of something that I want to like make happen as my cell phone background or my lock screen, I should say. So yeah, look for 1 to 3 inspirational images that connect to the goals that we talked about in the prompt. And if you want to, completely optional, put them somewhere that you can see them while you're, living your day-to-day life doing this challenge. And then the last thing, it's that. Hold off on all of it until we get further in this. But if you find something or if you get like a really enticing email, keep a list on your phone. Maybe call it, summer shopping dream list or something like that. Keep a little list on your phone and we will come back to it. promise. But for now, we need to like put a cap on the thing that's creating problems. Not that I want to put like a cap on Instagram giveaway. So if you have a public Instagram account, and you need to just make sure that you have already registered your email with the Decluttering by Design Mood Boost Challenge. That link is in my bio link tree. But yeah, so what I want to prompt you guys to do is if you share to a post or to an Instagram story, you know, how you are starting the challenge strong. It could be a pic of maybe like what you're decluttering today, maybe a pic of your homework, maybe a pic of your photo of your checklist that you're making, maybe it's a photo of one of your inspiration images that you're sourcing as part of your homework. Maybe it's your before image if you're going to be awesome and brave to do that. Maybe it's a quote or a concept of something that we talked about today that really resonated with you. You know, just talk about how you're starting strong, what that looks like for you. Tag me at Caitlin Los Design. Again, this is an Instagram post or an Instagram story post, and use the hashtag Decluttering by Design. So hashtag Decluttering by Design, and you'll see Decluttering by Design as one of the hashtags for this video. And one or more of you will win the VIP track upgrade for your registration. So this includes a screensaver pack of motivational, mood boosting screensavers, desktop backgrounds that you could put on your computer to give that a little, your digital workspace a little refresh. It also comes with a bonus decluttering playlist of like the top videos that I've ever done, so that you can have that in the background, maybe pick up some extra tips and tricks with that. And then also you're going to get an exclusive invite to the live Q&A Zoom call that we're having at 3 p.m. on Friday. So that's this Friday, August 5th at 3 p.m. EST. So if you can make that, so one or more people who do this post and tag at Caitlin Los Design, use the hashtag Decluttering by Design, one or more of you will win that VIP upgrade to grade for only $11. It's the next page that comes up right after you register. There should be a prompt immediately to like upgrade to the VIP track if you want it for the first week. And if not, we'll also send you an email once you register with that link to upgrade your registration for just $11, and you can have these extra things that just kind of hold you further accountable, give you some additional inspiration, give you just a little bit more depth to this experience. So so you could do the giveaway, or you can just purchase your upgrade. So this giveaway share it with a friend. If you also give it a save. I was trying to find some things to share to my story today, and if you don't save things to those Instagram folders and you just like it, or do the same thing on TikTok, it's so hard to find. So yeah, give this a save if you ever want to come back and do this challenge. Again, not sure how long I'm going to leave it